Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dalila, like vanilla. For the last couple of vlogs we've been on the road together in London, in Lisbon, across Croatia, just having a really great time together. So I think this could be a really nice opportunity, not just to talk about what I packed when I went to Croatia and London for 10 days, but just a little bit more holistically on what have been my summer faves, because there's definitely some things that have been consistently on the road with me, and then other things that I wish I used more this summer. I want to share that with you because even though it's mid-August, there's so many really great destinations to go to in Europe in September and even early October. And then obviously maybe this will help you next summer. So with that being said, let's get into it. I'm going to talk about clothes, shoes, makeup, fragrances, handbags, a little bit of everything that just made my summer awesome. If you do want to see a little bit more, I am on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, and I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and also Substack, where I share daily outfits and then just some of my favorite things. All right, summer footwear. I'm really excited to talk about this because there has been some very consistent footwear heroes for me this summer, and I'm sure you might already know what I'm talking about if you have been watching my vlogs or following me on Instagram or TikTok, but there might be some surprises in here as well. So first of all, I just want to let you know I am a US size 10 in shoes, European 41 or 42, depending on the brand. The reason why I think that context is important is that I prefer to go for more narrow silhouettes for shoes and things that are rounded rather than pointy, because they just don't add too much additional length or width to my feet, which I feel like are a bit large. So it's completely personal preference. There is nothing to say that you can't be rocking dad sandals if you have the same shoe size as me or even a larger shoe size. It's just a personal preference. So I prefer, like I said, I prefer the more narrow sort of shoe silhouettes, and I think I found my winners with these pairs of shoes. So first and foremost, I'm gonna have to talk about sandals. We're just gonna get it out of the way. I think you already know what's in here. While a lot of people have been moving on to like the Hermes dad sandals, Chanel dad sandals, whatever brand of dad sandals you want, I have stayed loyal as can be to the Hermes. I have them in 3 colors and I absolutely love them, and I know they are a little bit cringe almost to wear because of like the really loud click clack sound that they make, but like I was saying, this sort of narrow silhouette and the rounded kind of toe box here I think looks really good on my feet, and I think just really improves the overall shape of my foot. I've tried a lot of the dad sandals. I even own a couple pairs of the Chanel dad sandals. They're great. They're just not for me. While they are super comfortable, I think they just make me feel a little self-conscious about my feet, which is a very specific concern to have. And I'm not gonna lie and pretend like the Hermes are the most comfortable sandals in the world. They do take some breaking in, but once you get there, they are a really lovely pair of shoes. So with that out of the way, let's talk about my sort of unexpected summer footwear hero. These are pairs of shoes that I was really surprised to see myself wearing as much as I have been wearing them. First and foremost, sticking with the luxury footwear category, are my Chanel slingbacks. I mean, like, they are very well worn at this point. I've absolutely loved wearing these shoes. Similar to the Hermes silhouette, where it is very narrow and obviously very rounded in the toe cap, really works well for me and my foot shape. While I would say the overall shape is rather narrow, I do think this I don't know what you'd call it, this part of the leather of the shoe does have some nice give to it. Obviously it comes with wear and tear, but it does have some nice give to it. I'll be honest, I don't have a wide set foot, so I wouldn't be able to tell you whether or not this would work for people that have wider feet, but they really suit me well. I find them really comfortable. I have this slingback silhouette also in the like traditional kind of Chanel pump, worn a lot less. I just don't really have, outside of work context, that's usually where I end up wearing them. It would be for meetings. I don't really have quite as much of a need to be wearing these shoes, but they are really, really lovely. And then once again, like I said, I think the shape of the shoe just really suits me. The next type of shoe, probably the shoe that you are expecting to see on this list, are my Alaya dupes. I have been living in these dupes. They have just been amazing. I've had them on non-stop all summer. For me, they are the perfect combination of feeling a bit chic, a bit trendy, but not too much. Unlike the Chanel shoes or even the Hermes ones where there's this component of being clocked in them, this to me is just like a chic shoe, and I love that. It's so comfortable as well. These are H&M dupes. They have this nice sort of rubber bottom as well. So I find them very practical to wear in so many situations. Honestly, you could even wear them down to the boardwalk, down to the beach. I just find them amazing to wear. And I love them so much. I was actually really, really lucky that I got these in time while they were still in stock. I bought another version of the dupe from H&M. So these are the mesh version. And I think I'm going to be wearing these as much as I can during the fall, right? I want to say all fall long, but I live in Dublin. So the weather is going to decide how much I get to wear these, but I'm so thrilled. They literally came in the mail today. Still have the tag on them. See what size I got. UK 8 or Euro 41. And I am so excited. I think it's the same size. Yes, the same size as these ones. I'm so excited to style these. Like, they are so, so, so cool. And I know these shoes are not for everybody, but like I was saying, for me, my particular foot shape, my particular foot concern, I guess, these are perfect in that they are narrow, they have that rounded toe shape. I really like it. I wish I felt confident in like a pointy shoe. I just don't feel confident in a pointy shoe. I feel like it just makes me look really long in the foot. I don't know. And I feel the same way, like I said, about the dad sandals. I feel like they make me look really wide in the foot. I don't know. Something just doesn't work for me. The only other shoe I think worth talking about in this category, and I don't have them next to me because mine are really dirty and I need to wash them, they're a bit nasty, are the Onitsuka Tigers in the style Mexico 66. So I'll have a picture somewhere around here. Again, a very narrow profile shoe. I love the rounded toe box. I just like how very sleek the shape of the shoe is. I know the Sambas are very similar in shape, but they have a bit of bulk to them. I don't know how to describe it. There is a little bit of like bulk to the Sambas. They're almost a little bit wide of a shoe. I don't know if I'm making that up, but there is just something about them that's a little bit different from what I'm looking for. And then for me, the Onitsuka Tiger was a perfect solve for that. So they're very similar in shape to something like this. They're just very lightweight, very slim profile for a sneaker, and I've just loved them. So that is my kind of roundup. Those shoes have been heavy, heavy, heavy on my rotation all summer round. Obviously, a couple bits and bobs added in there with some heeled sandals and a couple things like that that are more evening specific or like specific to an event or a moment or a place, but these have been like my go-tos, and I cannot wait to carry them into next summer and wear them next summer as well. And I'm not giving up on any of these in the near term. I'm gonna go to Sardinia in a couple of weeks, and you will see me in all these shoes while I'm there. And then when I go to the Caribbean at the end of the year, same thing. You're gonna see me in all these shoes. But I'm so excited for this one. I'm like, so excited. Can't wait. I've been really spoiled by your interest, intrigue, whatever you want to call it, into my fragrance collection. I don't think there is a better compliment that you can give someone than they smell good. It's even more special to get a comment around your fragrance selection through the screen where you don't get the full effect of the fragrance, just because, you know, you've thought that some of the fragrances are interesting or different or whatever that might be. So I'm really excited excited to share with you a few of my absolute favorite fragrances I've been using this summer. I brought these to Croatia and London with me, but they have been heavy in my summer rotation as well. So I do this kind of, I don't know, maybe like odd thing where I have daytime and nighttime fragrances, and I have like bedtime fragrances that I like to wear when I go to sleep. So I'm going to share all of them with you now. For the daytime fragrance, my absolute number one fragrance that I will be using almost every time I get an opportunity to is Celle d'Argent by BDK. This is a beautiful fragrance from BDK. So BDK is a perfume house in Paris. They have quite a lot of amazing scents. This is one of many really great scents that they have. The reason why this scent is just above everything for me is that it is a salt-based scent. So the keynote in this is salt. It's in the name, Celle, salt in French. And then it's accompanied by lots of floral notes. So it's salty, but still fresh and delicate and a bit sweet. It's not sweet like a gourmand, but there's still like a feminine kind of vibe to it. I think this is such a unique fragrance to wear in the summer. It smells so lovely. It smells like you just came out of the sea and then frolicked through some flowers. It's such a nice scent. And whenever I spray it, it just reminds me so much of being at the beach. Like, I think it just is a fragrance where you feel like you're still on holiday when you have it on. The other scent that I really like to wear in the daytime is this one. It is Corsica Furiosa by a brand called Parfum de Empire. I got this scent at a boutique fragrance store here in Dublin, so I'd never heard of this perfume house before getting the scent. I tried it on at the store and I just was enamored with the scent. It's such a lovely scent. You're gonna hear me say a lot of the same things about all the scents. Forgive me, this is not my area of expertise. I'm passionate about it, but I don't have all the lingo, okay? It's a really cool scent, in my opinion, because it smells like a veggie garden. It smells like tomatoes. And I'm not even joking when I say that. I think it is genuinely a tomato-based scent. It smells like tomatoes and salt and like herbs. I do not think this is a scent that everyone will enjoy, right? So I'm going to preface this. This is amazing for me. You might find this weird. I'm just letting you know now. But I absolutely love this scent. I think there is something just so familiar about this scent where it just reminds me of like my grandma's vegetable garden. There's something about it that's really just reassuring, almost nostalgic in a way, but I think it's a fun summer scent. Yeah, I just think it's very pleasant. This one is for me. Like I said, I don't think this is gonna be the new like Baccarat Rouge. Everyone is not gonna be wearing this scent, but it is fun. And I think sometimes your fragrances can just be an expression of yourself. They don't have to be like for everybody else. So, going to the evening scent. So these are the perfumes I would wear more when I'm going out. Or like I was saying before, another thing I love to do is when I take my shower before I go to bed, after I moisturize my skin, I would layer on these scents. So the first scent I want to show you is a newer one that I got. This is Milk by Commodity. Commodity is a really popular fragrance house. You've probably heard of some of their fragrances. I think Gold is their most popular fragrance. Milk is by far my favorite. Gold is also an amazing scent, but Milk is my favorite. It smells like milk. It smells like heavy whipped cream and like marshmallows, but like burnt gooey marshmallows from a bonfire. It is such a nice scent, and it's not very it's not a sugary sweet marshmallow. It is truly like a burnt gooey marshmallow where it's just like this very specific depth in the aroma, but it's not like sugary sweet. I don't know, like I said, I might not have the right lingo. I think this one is worth trying. I've read a lot of reviews. For some people, this is true of any perfume. For some people, it just doesn't smell the way it does to me, but to me, it just smells like this really more mature take on like a creamy vanilla scent. It's not very powdery, it's not overly sweet and sugary. There's just a bit of like, you have to really lean in to enjoy it. And I really, really like that about Milk. And I think it's such a lovely scent when you are going to bed. The final perfume that I'm gonna mention is one of my absolute favorites. This is Hoda by Indalt Paris. This is the creme de la creme best possible vanilla scent you could own. Hands down, I'm not exaggerating. It is that good. This scent is really special to me because it is a pure vanilla scent. It's not really bogged down with a bunch of notes. It is just the purest expression of vanilla that you can imagine. So I'm gonna be having this all over my body all fall and winter long. It's gonna be such a great fall winter scent. Also lovely when you go to bed. Very multi-purpose, but I have had people, and I'm not even joking, even when I'm on the airplane, a flight attendant will come by and ask me, what perfume am I wearing? And it is this perfume. It's a really, really, really lovely scent. I think the simplicity of it makes it just so special. So I really, really do like this. Next up is beauty. I want to share a few of my essentials that I've been loving this summer. First and foremost, before we get into the actual beauty items, I just want to say, for me, the most fun part of packing beauty is the toiletry bag. I absolutely love this toiletry bag that I have from Louis Vuitton. It is the highlight of all my beauty packing. There's just something really gratifying about a gorgeous toiletry bag, and I have a matching set. It's just so nice to see the two sat on the counter. I don't know, it just feels super, super nice. I feel like my makeup comes together better because of where my makeup has been sitting. But when I'm at home, it's a bucket. This is my beauty bucket. So let's talk about what I've been loving from the bucket. In the summer, just like pretty much everyone else, I like to keep my makeup fairly minimal because obviously all the heat doesn't really do me any favors. It just kind of melts my makeup off. So when I am wearing some makeup, I try to keep it pretty simple. What I really, really love in summer skin, and I try to like replicate in my look, is that glow within type of look. And there are a couple items that I've kind of curated that help me achieve that look. First one I want to talk about, and I do apologize for how like dirty and banged up the label is for this, is the Noid, I believe that's the pronunciation, photography fluid. This is what they call an advanced colorless printing fluid that uses next generation nanoprismatic particles to refract light and balance out undesirable hues. It goes on to say it contains technologies to make skin appear better, specifically in photographs. So it's really about balancing out your skin tone. It comes in a variety of percentages. This is the 12%, and it basically just looks like this. And when you put it on the skin, here it is on my hand, it just, you can see it automatically, it adds this really gorgeous like sheen to your skin, but it doesn't weigh your skin down. It's not greasy, it's almost matte in texture, but it has this really beautiful sheen. Love it. Obsessed with it. I don't even know how I got put on to this. I think I honestly just found it somewhere and I was like, that sounds really cool, I'm gonna give it a try, and I really, really do like it. I think it's a lot of fun to wear. Do I feel like it makes me look better in pictures? I don't really know, but I do notice the kind of sheen that it gives me. It does give me the glow from within. I just like it. I'd love to know what you think about this, if you've even heard of it. I haven't really heard that many people talk about this product, but then again, I'm probably just not watching enough content creators. It's really nice. Another item that's kind of within that wheelhouse that you probably have heard of is MAC's Strobe Cream. So this is the smaller size of it. This is in the pink light. It comes in, I believe, 4 different variations. There's pink, gold, peach, I think maybe even one more color with that. This is the smaller size. There is a bigger size, which I have recently bought. So that's kind of the difference between the two. And this is kind of what it looks like on my hand. So certainly different from the previous one. It has a lot more fluid to it. It's a lot more wet of a product. I don't know if I'm describing this well. Gorgeous sheen. I mean, a lot more dramatic of a sheen than the previous product as well. And it also comes in a tint. So I'm gonna try out the tint. I've never tried the tint before. I'm hoping it is awesome, but this has been really, really fun. You can mix it in with products. You can kind of wear it with your moisturizer. I don't believe it's marketed as a primer per se, but I don't know, maybe you can use it as a primer. I mix it in to either the moisturizer I'm wearing and just kind of a very small amount and spread it around the face and just have that kind of sheen look, or I'll mix it into the foundation of the day and try to achieve the same effect. But I've been loving that. Like, I've absolutely really enjoyed these sorts of products. And the final product I think worth talking about within this like sheen category is this highlighter from Westman Atelier. So this is the lit up highlight stick from Westman Atelier. I have a few of their products. I have their contour, their blush, and their highlight. Their highlight is really cool. You can kind of see here. It's just, yeah, it's very nice. I think it's a really cool highlighter. Like, obviously you can use it as you would a normal highlighter. I like to add it around my eyelids as well to also bring that sort of dewy sheen just across the face. I think this is such a fun product to use, and for me it really completes any look by just reintroducing like a dewy sheen. It's not like a matte type of highlighter. I feel like the texture of it gives it quite a lot of dimension, so it feels very genuine on the skin. I don't know if I'm describing that well, but I think it's really cool, and I think those are my big highlights. Like, I think a lot of the other products are pretty straightforward. It's my usual sort of makeup that I go through, but these to me have been the new additions and like my summer sort of go-tos. Like, I've been using this photography fluid for a couple years now, and I really enjoy it. The strobe cream, this has been more of a recent thing for me. One of my friends introduced me to it, and I decided I got the small size that you saw before to just try it. And it has been really fun. I think these are just fun things to try. I'd love to hear from you on how you've changed your makeup approach in the summertime. I feel like for me it is very different from my standard makeup because I add in all these sort of like illuminating products, but really interested to hear if you guys do the same thing or it's just kind of me that changes their makeup style that much based on the heat. Hello everybody, we're back. Yesterday I started filming after work, and then I had some dinner plans with a friend of mine. So we're back today to wrap this up. We're going to talk about two more things, which are handbags and then clothes. I have my tea here in my favorite little teacup. And I think we should talk about bags next. So I want to share with you all the bags that I brought with me to Croatia and just the bags that I feel like have earned a very regular place in my rotation. There are a couple of Hermes bags within these rankings, so let's talk about these first. We'll start with this one. This is a very classic, I think, travel bag for me, a bag that I cannot get enough of. It is my Kelly Pochette. I absolutely love having this bag for my holidays. It's just so easy to have around with you. It makes every outfit feel a little bit more chic, and the size of it is fantastic. You have plenty of space to put all your essentials inside. Your phone. In my case, I also like to bring my Canon with me. Even with that inside, there's plenty of room inside this bag. It is such a handy bag to have with you, regardless of what type of travel you might have going on. The next one is, I think, a fan favorite. It's my favorite. Hopefully it's your favorite too. It's my mini Kelly. So this is in the color Lime. It is just such a fun, bright, and exciting color. It adds a nice pop of color to my summer style, especially because my summer style tends to be pretty neutral. So having a bag like this in a color like this is just perfect to just add a bit of fun. I think it's great to have without the crossbody strap, but the crossbody strap is so handy. And then the final bag we have here is my Picotin. So this is my kind of classic Picotin. Again, really similar to the Pochette. What makes this bag so great is just how versatile it can be in terms of how much it can fit. This is such a great bag to go from day to evening, where you might have just a variety of things you need to keep on your person. Everything I could possibly need fits perfectly inside this purse. The next bag I want to talk about is my Louis Vuitton vanity case. I use this vanity case quite a lot when I am going to the beach, or I'm just going to be anywhere in the water. I like to use this to store my tech in when I'm swimming or doing something in the water, just so that I know everything is protected. So typically I would have this inside my beach bag, and inside here would be my phone, AirPods, camera, anything that I might want to use that is a bit sensitive to water, and I'll just zip it up and keep it really safe. It does come in handy more often than you might think. Even during my more recent trip in Croatia, there were a lot of times where there was a really sudden wave that came in, got my towel and everything wet, but all my tech stuff was safe because it was all within this vanity case. That's typically how I end up using it. I do think this can be like a cute non-conventional bag to wear around as well, but I tend to use it more to keep tech and more sensitive things just safe and out of the way when I am traveling, whether that is within my luggage or when I have those sorts of things on my person. Speaking of beach bag, I have an absolute favorite beach bag. It is this one from the Jacksons. It says Merci on it, but they have lots and lots of cute designs, lots of different options for their bags. I love their bags because they are handmade. I've had this bag for a couple of years now, and you can tell there's literally nothing wrong with it. It's perfect. It fits everything: a towel, snacks, my Louis Vuitton case, whatever you could possibly need for a day in the town or a day in the beach, it's gonna fit in this bag. Because this bag is so big and spacious, I also end up using it as a makeshift grocery bag. The final type of bag that I think is worth talking about are these packing cubes that I use for my luggage. I only use this brand of packing cubes, and I absolutely love these packing cubes. I'm gonna explain why. So this packing cube set is from a brand called Monos. I think you might be able to see, yeah, Monos. And what I do like about them is obviously they are your standard, you know, packing cube design, but what I like about them is that they have this second zipper where you can compress things. And this does really, really come in handy when you have bulky items with you that are just bulky, but they're not, you know, it's not as if you're overpacked. So it's just a matter of squeezing some air out. So you can see like this cube can get down to being as narrow as that, which is really, really great. And it comes in, I think, sets of 4 and 6. And I have a set of 4. I will use like the smaller one to put underwear and socks. Then I have 2 larger ones. Usually one will have, in the case of this Croatia trip, one will have bathing suits in it. The other one will have like maybe shirts or dresses. And the biggest one usually is where I put the most bulky items. So things like jeans, jackets, if I were to need a jacket, trousers, anything like that is a little bit more bulky. And I just think it's so nice to show up somewhere, your hotel, your Airbnb, wherever, and all you need to do to unpack is take this cube out of your luggage and into a drawer. That's it. And you can just continue to use this, you know, take things out, fold them right back in, and you're just perpetually in a state of being really organized without having to completely unpack and repack your luggage. It's just a matter of keeping everything within the cubes. So I really do like that. Like, I know that might feel a bit over the top, but in my case, where I travel really often for work and then for my personal trips, having a system like this where it's as simple as just like loading and unloading cubes and putting them in and out of drawers and back into your luggage is just so much more hassle-free than having to roll and pack every individual item into your luggage itself. I just really enjoy that everything is in its place. So those are all the bags and things that I had with me for Croatia and London, and that I bring really regularly for a lot of my summer trips. The final thing to talk about is clothes. So because I was doing 75 soft, and part of my 75 soft was a no shopping challenge, I didn't buy any new clothes for this trip to Croatia. All the pieces I wore were just items I already had in my closet, and I didn't do any shopping there in Croatia. I didn't pick up anything you know, while I was there, nothing like that. And the items that I brought around with me the most often were dresses. I absolutely love a good dress in the summertime. I think my absolute favorite dress find that I've had this year, and was one of the dresses that I wore during this holiday, is this amazing strapless dress I got from Revolve. It's made of this really stretchy, like slip dress type of material. So it's very lightweight, it's very easy to wear. It doesn't feel as if it's clinging too much on the body. I really, really like that dress. I wore that quite a bit during my trip to Croatia. Even on travel days, that's how comfortable I find that dress, that I would travel with it. Outside of that dress, there are just a couple brands that I really enjoy for dresses. So one of them, a bit of a fast fashion brand, is Meshki. I think they can be fairly hit or miss. Every now and then they're going to have a collection where there is some really cute pieces worth considering at a very, very decent price point. And then the rest of the time, the pieces just don't really speak to me. I have this one specific dress, which they do still sell. I've had it for maybe a year or two now, that is this white halter neck with a low back. And I think there is just something really chic about it. The only negative point about that dress is it is a bit see-through. So you have to be careful what sort of undergarments you're wearing with it. But I think it has a really cool silhouette, and I do really, really like that dress. Another really big sort of summer trend for me is polka dots. I really enjoy polka dot dresses in the summer. I have a red polka dot dress from Realization Par. I didn't bring it for this Croatia trip, but it is a favorite of mine. And then the polka dot dress that I brought for this trip was from YSL. I really, really love that YSL dress. Similar to the Meshki dress, it just has this really pretty silhouette. It has a really interesting keyhole design and a nice sort of low back, and just the way it flows. I just think there is something really cute about wearing polka dots in the summertime. I don't really know how to explain it, but I'm a big fan. The one sort of category I tend to struggle with in the summer is like shorts and skirts. I just don't really own that many shorts or skirts. Like I have a couple pieces here or there, but I'm not super, super big on shorts or skirts. My favorite type is like athletic shorts. I'm really annoyed with myself that I forgot to pack my shorts when I went to Croatia, because it would have been a lifesaver for me when I was doing my morning walks. My favorite pair is this pair from Lululemon. It's just really nice and simple. I like how thick and reinforced the waistband is. It's just very secure feeling, and it's not that sort of ribbed elastic. It just sits really comfortably on your waist. It has built-in undergarments within it. It has a little handy pocket on the back, which is great for putting, you know, keys or something really small within. I really, really like these shorts. They're so great, especially in the mornings when I'm just gonna go out for a quick bite, or I'm gonna go down to a cafe to grab a coffee. I typically throw on these shorts, a shirt, and just like call it a day. But sadly, I totally forgot to pack them when I went to Croatia, so I was roasting in leggings every day. It was so uncomfortable. It's far too hot there to be walking around in like a black legging set. So that's all. I wasn't gonna really go through things piece by piece. I wanted to focus this video on just a couple things that I think were like standouts for me, rather than going through every single item. But please let me know in the comments if I made the wrong choice and you would have actually liked to go through everything that I packed. But hopefully there was something interesting within this. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I really, really appreciate you taking a bit of your day out to spend some time with me. And I'm really excited for us to chat next week. After that, I have some business travel to London and Paris, which obviously we're going to do together. I'm really excited to share that with you as well. All right, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll chat to you later. Bye, everybody.